So let's start working with our UI. We're going to change a few of this. So first of all, we're going to need, we're going to expand a little bit what we have here with our UI manager. So far, we only have basic things. Okay, and it's basically we can select either of these characters. They have the same character, that's why this gets updated like that. Okay, but as you can see, it does update. So let's start doing a lot more other things. First of all, because we have two players, we're going to make this slightly more dynamic so we can also load these things in and start working with all of this. So back to our UI manager. Okay, we have the load current character, but we also want to have load current player, or player holder. If you remember, going back to our very first videos, or some of our first videos, we had our player characters. Let this compile. We have our player characters here, and everybody is going on start and is assigning its grid character onto the owner. Okay, so the owner for this will be local player. So on the local player we have references to all our characters and so on, which we can use, and we can use this to load references. For example, let's start with having these two buttons. Okay, so let's go back onto our, actually we just need the player holder in this case. So on our UI manager we can just say player holder, and then public player holder. Actually it doesn't need to be public. Player holder current player. So we're going to need a prefab for the characters. So let's say quick select character prefab. Yeah, I guess that's too big. Quick select and that will mean C will just mean character. Okay, and this is the prefab. So we also need to have a list of, well, actually we'll see what we're going to save. We definitely need a list of how many we have created, but we're also going to need a transform. So we parent it below. It's going to be a grid character. So quick select. Oops, that's not how you write quick. Quick select grid parent. Now let's encapsulate this. Create quick select characters, quick select buttons for characters. Okay, be as descriptive as you want here, and we save our characters as grid characters. Okay, grid character. Oops, character, or just C. So we know for sure we're going to be instantiating the quick select prefab, and we know for sure that we're going to also parent it under the quick select grid parent. Okay, that's the two basic things. Now let's go and see what else we need. Well, first of all, let's go and create the script just so that we have it. We have our characters UI. Okay, we're going to fix this. So I'm going to do a new class in here and inside our UI, and I'm going to say UI quick select character. Okay. Let's add the namespace. We don't need start or update. We only need the UI references because we want to change the icon. So we want the icon. We also want, we have sliders for health, stamina, and morale, I guess. Stamina, or because it's just quick select, let's just use this. So we also need a public void for load character. Okay. And we're going to pass the grid character. We can also have, or actually, let's keep that. Yeah, grid character, current character. So current character equals grid character. Then icon dot sprite will be current character dot character dot portrait. Then health dot sprite health dot value will just be current character dot stats. Do we have stats? Do we even have, let's see, character? Yeah, I guess we don't have any of the yeah, we don't keep any stats, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we haven't made that part yet from what I can see, but we could just, you know, start adding it here. So for example, we can just do a header for stats, then public integer health and public integer stamina, public integer morale. Okay, this will come into play much later, but let's initialize them as let's say 70, stamina 60. All this will have to go for about, you know, this will be based upon the actual stats. So this will be runtime stats, and this will be header general controller stats, I guess. And then down here, let's say states. Okay, so let's say dot value dot health and stamina dot stamina. Next, we want to know what's going to happen when you press, or well, we need the on press. And it's going to be, it has to be public so we can access it. So basically, we now need to go and look on the select action or move character action. So let's find our actions. And when you select a character, as you can see on highlight, not on highlight, on yeah, on do action. Okay, we select a character using this. So okay, this goes on character. So we basically need to encapsulate this as well. So let's say, where should we do this? We can do this via the decision manager, because as you can see, we already have access to a lot of things there, and that's where we use this. So let's bring our decision manager. Let's collapse everything. Actually, should we use this? Yeah, I'm trying to think if that's the proper case to do this. If decision manager would be the appropriate one. Yeah, okay, let's do this in decision manager. So we have term management, we have events. It's basically an event. So we're going to say public void select new character, or select character. we need to know the actual character, and I think we only need the character. We do have the player holder, and we also need the states. So can we move this below? No, we can't. Anyway, so pass me the grid character, then pass me the player holder. Then down here we can just copy all this for now. Obviously we don't need the decision manager anymore. We have those. We have the holder. We can pass this. We don't have the node anymore, but we have the character. Okay, then clear path. We also need the states, I guess. So let's pass the state manager instead, because from the states we can also get the player holder. Okay, and okay, so this will just switch to character. Awesome. So now we have the select character, which means this can all be sem.select character. The grid character will be the node.character, and then the states. So same way we're doing this. We can just go on the quick select and say session manager. Do we have a singleton? We don't have a singleton for it. So how do we access it? Do we do this via utilities or settings? I guess settings. Okay, let's take a look. Do we have any access to this from somewhere? Let's on create. Do action button, no. So yeah, we don't have any references, but it will be useful, so let's just use a singleton for this, to be honest. It's not going to be that big of a problem. Unless we also use this inside resource manager. Yeah, we don't use any of that. So we're either going to use a singleton, or we can just link this inside the UI manager. Yeah, okay, let's do this inside the UI manager. Actually, no, let's just use a singleton. Whatever. So inside init, open this up. We're going to do this inside awake. Okay, then quick select character, session manager, singleton dot select character, the current character you have. And for states, we need to be a little bit more creative, so let's see. We get the same value from just the owner and the state manager. So this will now is a complete script we can use on one of these. We can also have an access to the action points, so let's do that as well. So that will be text action points. But whenever we are changing something, we also need a reference inside from this. We also need a reference inside the, yeah, so that it actually knows what updates. But let's do this later. You'll see why. Action points dot value equals actually point to text actually. Okay. Okay. Then let's go fix our UI. Well, actually, yeah, this UI is kind of horrible. It's not really. Let's unpack it first. We don't really care for that. Character screen portraits. Okay, going to delete the second one, and we have our portraits holder, which is going to actually that's the holder. Is it? Yeah. Okay, this one. So for this, we're going to say UI quick select character. We have the icon, the health, stamina. Yeah, we have the morale, but I guess that's not needed. So let's just close it for now. Well, actually, neither the other ones we are using, so whatever. And action points. Okay, so this will be our prefab, which means on our UI manager, we can just go and add the portraits holder onto our prefab, and the parent will be the portraits. The portraits have a vertical layout group, so when I start stacking them up, we can fix this. Let's say 5. Let's delete some of them. Yeah, we need to play a little bit with this. Upper center, no. Upper left. Okay. So here's the thing. I think it tries to force them onto the size of this. So if I just take this and drag it as far as I want it down and up, as you can see, it kind of changed this. Let's try middle left. Okay. So we can set this to upper left, and this will be your highest point. Ah, damn it. Okay, and it will keep adding. Don't know what's going to. Yeah, okay. So we'll do it like that. Just close it down, and we just need to set spacing to the correct value. So let's say 50. Yeah, 50 will be enough. Obviously, when you have that many characters, it's going to kind of bring you a problem. But in that case, we could just say, let's see how this goes, and maybe we'll change the, instead of a vertical layout group. Actually, you know what? Why not do it now and be done with that? So let's say grid layout group. Cell size can be 50 by 50. Okay, by 100 then. Then start corner will start as upper left. Start axis will be horizontal, upper left, constraint, fixed column count. Just want to see. Okay, we start from there, then bring this up. Raise this a little bit, make it like this. Then, yeah, I don't want to go like that. I want him to go downwards. So that's rows, this will be columns. Start axis vertical. Let's see. No. don't want that actually. So this guy is actually sitting here. So I think we have something off with our portrait in general. So let's take all of this and actually let's parent all of this beneath our image and reset the position at least 0, 0. Okay, so it now sits at the center, first of all. Oops. Okay. Let's try this again. Then we want upper left, start axis horizontal. Yeah, I'm not that happy. I don't want it to go like down. Child alignment. Upper left. Let's say flexible. Let's say something like that, I guess. Damn it. Yeah, okay, so whatever. Let's just say upper left. Let's leave it like that. We'll find a fix for that later. I don't necessarily care for this. So just going to close that. We have it on our UI manager. Then because we have this on our UI manager, and we also need to set what happens when you press the button. So, and actually we don't even have a button yet. So let's add that. So, button is interactable, and I think that might not work because there's no image on that. So let's add the button onto this image. Let's say the target graphic will be okay, this image. Then on click, go on the portrait holder and say quick select on press. Okay, highlight color can be something like this, whatever. Okay, so we have all of that. Then on our UI manager, when we're creating this, we also want to get the UI quick select character. Select, let's say quick select or QS. Geo get component children UI quick select character. Then QS.load character C. Okay, and finally geo set active, set that back to true. But we also need to save this, and let's save it as a UI quick select character, QS slots, and then let's say QS slots dot add QS. So load current player holder for player holder dot characters dot length or count. If I is greater than QS slots dot count -1, then create quick select button for character, and that will be player holder dot characters I. Okay, else we're going to just take the player holder, the quick select slot I dot load character player holder dot characters dot I. Okay, And also we're going to say QS slots I game object set active set as to true. Okay, so we also need a method that is basically going to close all our QS slots. Count. Okay, so we are doing this more dynamically. So now we need a call for the load current player character. Okay. So let's see, do we have any references to this? I think we don't. So we either do this again as a singleton and we call our session manager via our UI manager, or you can just keep it here and say actually, you know what, let's simplify this. Let's say UI manager, and we'll drag and drop it from the inspector. We don't need that much. Yeah, we don't need to overcomplicate things. If they become a problem at some point, then we'll fix them. So on the, let's see, okay, well, when somebody's new turn is coming up, so inside turn management, let's see, turn index and turn index and kind of phase. Turn index turns, execute this. Let's see what is going to happen. Yeah, I guess it goes with the phases and it goes with that, but we do kind of need to know when a turn is finished. So that happens here, turn index plus plus, turn index 0. So here you can say UI manager dot load current character, well, current player holder, turns, turn index dot player. Okay, minimize that. Don't forget to drag and drop on the session manager, the UI manager, otherwise you're going to get an error. And we also need to run this on the first, we need to call this on the first turn. So that will be on start. Yeah, that will just be on start and doing it just like this. This will be 0, so that means the first player is going to be loaded. So let's start with this. Let's hit play. And now, okay, we have our two characters. They don't have action points for whatever reason. I think maybe they haven't yet, when we load them, they haven't yet initialized, so that's probably why. And hit and turn, and now we have this switching around. Obviously it's a little bit off. You can see that it updates the action points later. First of all, let's give them a few more action points. So let's see. Yeah, they start at 5. I think we just update them dynamically. Let's see. Action points. Oops. Final references. Yeah, we get them from the... Do we? I think we're getting them from the character. Let's see. Character. Yeah, we get them from the agility of each character. So let's go agility. Character. Let's see, character 1, character 2. Node abilities. Yeah, we have agility. Let's set this to 24 and 24 just to be a little bit closer than to what Jez Alliance is. And then the other thing I want to do is whenever you are actually changing the action points of the character, so that means inside the grid character, I'm also going to keep a reference to your action points. Okay, so I'm also going to hide this from the inspector, however, and I'm going to say quick select character, UI select whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. UI quick select button. And then I'm also going to make this into a property, and I'm going to make an action points. Okay, and we're going to create a get set for this. So get will simply return the action points, and set will fix the action points with the value, but it's going to check if this needs to be below, if QS button for this character is not null, then UI dot action points dot text equals value dot to string. Okay, so whenever now we update this can stay. Okay, whenever we load the character, we're going to check if current character is not null, then current character dot UI quick slot button is going to make it null. Then it's going to add it back, so current character dot UI quick slot button, just add this one. So it's going to update those values. So now this should at least start with 24 action points, and whenever we are changing any of the action points, it should be updating as well. We can use the same thing for for this part of the UI, which we haven't covered yet. We'll do this in a second. Okay, you can see it's 24. So when he's moving, he's actually removing dynamically the action points. Let's select this guy now, and I can just select players like this. Okay. Obviously, again, I'm not really a UI designer, so I'm just trying to do things with what I've got for now, and we'll fix them later if there are problems. Well, we're most likely going to fix them later. Maybe I'll hire somebody to just do some basic UI. We'll see how that goes, or maybe we can just copy whatever Jez Alliance did, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, awesome. So let's see over here. Oh, this works perfectly. Perfect. So that's it for our UI. We haven't finished yet, obviously. We need to fix everything we have over here, when we're going to do that later. So let's finish with this part, however. And as always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you'd like to see more stuff like this, of course, consider supporting my Patreon so we can keep making a lot more of these things. I'll see you next time.